Alright, so we have Stonebender House Mafia, Triple Dervish. We have Euro Strong, Triple Dervish. And Grid Runner on both sides. I'm at 16 seconds till start.
Yep.
Okay.
We see Stonebenders again running that Mesmer over the Necro. They're really standing by that character with Mantra of Recovery, Fragility. What do you guys think about him over the Necro? I mean, they've stuck with.
Well, does it work with the Lissa Dervishes? That's the question, because that's also a change that is some unorthodox approach. Because like you see, people normally go double Balf, single EDA, which I imagine Euro Strong to be running. We have at least one Balf, two Balf, and whatever this guy. So how does double? Like, do you think that's a part of why they're running that Mesmer for the double Lissa?
Yeah, I mean, Lissa lets those enchantments, those flash enchantments come back faster, so if your flash enchantments are doing conditions, that can definitely help, which they do have Aura of Thorns and things.
Yeah, this is an EDA, but...
What it is that Mantra of Recovery Mesmer has Frustration, and those Lyssa's guys both have the Lyssa's Haste Interrupt. So once he gets the Frustration on, they just train a monk out and interrupt everything, and he really has no way of healing him. This is how they're getting the monk.
What sort of mitigation can you expect Europe to try and throw in to try and deal with that frustration Lissa chain?
Well, to start off with, build-wise at least, they have Remove Hex on their Necromancer, who's going to be able to try and at least get that off their monks. I mean, it's just their monks have to be able to deal with it and pull it themselves, which, I mean, at least last match we saw wasn't working.
My God. Once again, the Ebon Dust is under a lot of pressure. You gotta wonder if Stonebender is gonna be trying that on every single double bounce EDA front line that they run into from now on. Just try to spike up. Oh my, speaking of spikes, that RC is under a lot of danger. Holy cow, that was close. He has to drop that Aegis. I don't know who dropped it on, but that was not that Necro who dies and drops the flag, which then is transferred to the other Dervish, who then dies and drops the flag and it returns. And then definitely caps it. As a result, this is a huge offensive opportunity for Stonebender. 2 deaths and a flag return, which puts Euro Strong in the worst position possible with their Rit that's now going to have to, well, who's actually going to sit there and keep dropping spirits, I suppose.
I feel like, I mean, at least I'm glad they might have died, but their Dervish is running the flag instead of the, which is probably the only reason they just didn't monk wipe right.
Oh my God. So they have a Dervish running a flag. Did he res at 2 for it?
No, he went back for it, and they have a Dervish in the other team's. So kind of trying something different.
Huh. That's a lot of... But Stonebender is not unpressured. I mean, you can see their bars, their mean health is sticking around like 70-ish%. So they're really... And somehow your Strong is looking a lot more stable. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. In spite of the surprise death, we have the Dervish coming in with the flag now with 50 seconds till boost. Doesn't look like they're gonna stop. Yeah, they're not even bothering training them with all that armor. We're seeing a lot of clustering here over at this staircase. Like, now that you've got your physical characters doing AoE damage, well, you know, in a very limited scope, these little, like, even being on a staircase, you know, you can see that body blocks are pretty much invalidated as a strategy. How else do you play different around Dervishes anyway?
Well, the whole flag pushing meta that we've seen in the past where, like you said about body blocking, like where you would just like camp the ranger on the flagger and you just like body block the guy forever and ever so they can't cap, that's almost completely gone because you can't do it against dervishes, try to body block a flagger because they'll just kill you when you do it. We saw it in that Imperial match when they tried to do it around the flag stand, just absolutely annihilated for it.
Right.
So that entire playstyle is kind of went away.
Behind Spirit Interrupt on Mage Bane on number 6 red. That was completely number 7 is dead.
What I'm seeing out of Stonebender that they're doing so well is we're not seeing like tons of pressure that they output, but they simply they just get right on those monks, and the monks take tons of damage and they kill the EDA guy like every time.
Yeah, and Stonebender is like have they always been killing EDAs, or was it just something that developed last round and they're just like, yes, this is our strategy against triple derps now?
I don't know, but it's working wonders.
What it feels like is that number one, who's getting trained by the EDAs, just had enough of it and just turns around and kills. Like that's
But
how
how
it seems.
if he's blind?
Well, he gets conditioner.
I mean, the blind off the EDA is only if he's only using that skill is once every 20 seconds or so.
And then he's also got the dust cloak, doesn't he?
Yeah.
His number 3's like still dead. Was he the hard res and the EDA? Did they just figure, you know, EDA doesn't die, we'll put our hard res on him?
But what do they know? They were fighting as Stonebenders, you.
Yeah, who just killed your EDA? And now we have a Raider death and another Dervish death. So, wow, they're really starting to fall apart. You see, you know, Resign starting to come out.
They
They're
train
still
these
hanging
monks
in there.
so well with these interrupts and frustration and Lissa that the other guy is able to just kill anybody on the team. Like, these monks just take so much pressure.
Yeah.
You see it, like, every time. Their build is really
Triple
good.
kill.
I'm really liking what they're running and how they're running.
Yeah. First, one reason or another, these monks just wipe, you know. Lissa Dervs plus Frustration plus Mage Main Ranger. I mean, it's really starting to work. You know, this Ranger's not running that, not running your typical, what do you call it, Leech Sig. He's running that, you know, Grasping Earth. Well, which is just as typical, I suppose, but once again, you see Stonebenders positioning themselves near this back door. I mean, that sort of covers both sides, I suppose.
They're just containing right now until they get a boost, I imagine, and then they can push in with a good timing push. Or they're going to let the other team just push into them. I mean, why not? If the other team wants to fight away from their base, why not?
Yeah, it's true. And the Ranger is definitely here just staring down this Dervish in case he decides he's going to try and run. Dervish puts up Lissa's haste, thinking about it. He gets a weapon spell from the Rid, and he's off. And he's off.
To get Grasping Earth, which the Rid can't remove.
Going through the core,
So,
he's trying to turn on the inside, getting into the teleporter. He's getting body blocked at Cromwell. Azorian Legend. He's trying to pass on the outside. Azorian Legend going through the portal. He's through.
this is going to be an interesting play.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
We
sure
get
how
a
this is
little-
going to work.
2v2 plus flag. Azorian Legend trying to go through
Honestly, at this point, wouldn't he be better off just passing it to the flagger and then both of them just try to fight these guys? Wouldn't that just be smarter?
Well, you see the flagger.
Oh, here comes
not really that. Oh god.
The number one.
He's starting to get trained now.
He's putting up his Balthazar. He's going to get ready to do some
7
work.
seconds to boost Azorian Legend. He's going for Cromwell.
Stonebender's
coming in
taking
for
a
the
lot of
Grasping
pressure
Earth.
here
3,
from all
2,
these
oh, he's
movements.
gonna miss it. Oh, he gave up the boost.
He's gonna die, maybe.
He's gonna die to Illusion of Pain. In fact, he says, and turn, Mr. This is running, throwing in a Leech Sig just out of frustration, and it looks like Eurostrong is once again in the worst possible position, down in the corals, 2 men down, everyone's dying, getting chased through the teleporter, and they're gonna have to walk through another set of coral. Base res on the dead guy. One guy dead after time on the other side of the teleport. In fact, he's totally out of reach of anyone. He died on shoots.
There's nothing like that awkward moment when 1 second you're away from stopping their boost, and the next second you just caused your team to wipe because you pushed out too.
It's a really bittersweet moment. Even if you do keep them from boosting and you wipe afterwards, it's just like, well, that was not worth it.
That's when you say, well,
he's gonna
I
go
did
for
my
it again.
job.
He's getting stopped by Diffuse Type R, who body blocks him near the teleporter. He goes through. He's getting chased by the Ray. He's going through the coral. 45 seconds still boost. It looks like he's gonna make it. Cromwell is chasing him right behind. He puts up Bliss Assist. He thinks he's gonna make. He's got very little health. Puts up Area Assist. Oh, and he's dead. Where'd that deep one? Oh, the Dervish. And it looks like they're definitely gonna boot. Some shenanigans going on here in the back door. And Necker is just getting trained. It looks like they're just gonna fall back and sort of figure out how they're gonna approach this game. 10 seconds to boost.
Illusion of Pain's doing a lot of work in all these little battles for Drag.
Oh my gosh, it looks like they're getting caught up on these stairs. Lots of damage coming in. So they're trying to slow their way for the next 20 seconds while they get the base ready. Number 7 Monk getting trained up really hard.
I'm on pole division because Stonebenders likes to kill this guy, and I imagine he's gonna die pretty soon after the base red.
He hasn't
He
died.
puts up Heart of Fury and he's just puts up his Dust Cloak and just starts training number 1. Oh, rage meter building on number 1. I'm getting blinded, I'm gonna kill you. Puts up that EDA, starts training. He's like, oh guys, I'm shutting down their number 1. I'm shutting down their number 1, guys. Everything's gonna be okay.
They're getting some pressure in here.
Here comes the spike, here comes the fragility. Oh, and they say, what at 8 hex? I see hexes on 5 people on Euro, at least momentarily. Let's go back to pole division. 19 damage at a time from this fragility, and it's just all over him. I'm not quite sure what's triggering. He's gonna continue to train number 1. Rage meter building on Shikari. Oh my god, he's so close. He's had enough. He is done being blind. What is triggering 7,000 counts of fragility at once?
The Balthazar every time a Dervish enchantment ends cause burning, so these enchantments that keep leaving him cause the burning
oh my gosh, they're
around
actually
him.
under a lot of pressure here.
They are.
They have 30 seconds to boost, so they can...
But look at that. Look at how quickly and efficiently they just left the base. That was such a... They're just like, wait guys, we're under pressure. Let's leave. And then like 2 seconds later, they're out.
Is that just a
That's the
ranger
point
problem?
where-
Like, is that just... Well, I guess the ranger was out the backside, so he wasn't there to snare them or anything.
Well, even then, it's a ranger mez. He doesn't have grasping earth.
That's
where that comes into effect, you know? You're trading your leech sig on the applied poison for the ability to keep the enemy team from falling out, you know, totally painlessly. And
We're
looks
getting
like
back
the fight
into
has
coral
transitioned over to
fighting,
the
which
back
I just think, while Stonebenders might take some damage here, Euro Strong, if they wipe in the coral, it's game over. Whereas Stonebenders can take the damage, and they're at max morale.
Stonebenders is definitely up. Yeah, up on morale, and they're boosting periodically. They can, you know, time their pushes around it. Let's go back to pole division. I think he's gonna be the next guy to die on Euro if anyone does die.
Just get back on number 1. Just really angry with number 1.
Rage meter building as he gets blind. Oh, Poldy!
Oh.
Gets
They're
the quintuple fragility, but it was not enough.
When you're watching him and you see those spikes coming, you're seeing how much RC is healing
Oh my
for.
god, look
Oh,
at
he
that!
goes down there, he finally eats it.
He is done being blind. He died on shield set.
He died on shield,
Yes, he did.
so he gets the ass thumbs up on death.
That's right. Oh, nice return.
Oh.
Just as he's about to die on monk number 7. He gets deep wounded, and as the fatal hit is swinging in, he returns out.
We're seeing monks using return right now because they're constantly crippled. That discipline stance isn't very effective, and balance stance obviously not going to do that much work against these dervishes. So they're using return to try to mitigate as much damage as they can.
Ooh. It's a lot of angry dervishes on the map here. One dead dervish as he's trying to put up his avatar, like right after he puts up his avatar, actually.
This derv number 1 for Stonebender seems to just be able to kill anybody he wants because these listless guys just sit on the monks all day.
Right, he's just... He is immune to death, to blind. He's just killing whatever. Oh, here comes 2 dervs just clashing their
He wants
sides
the last
together.
one. Oh, and he gets...
Oh, he has conquered all the dervishes. There is no derv that will stand in his way.
Smokey bugged out on me, so I can't see if he died in shield set or not. He's a blank
He
body.
did. He did die in shield. Wow.
Thumbs up.
Oh, 60 DP
Is that a
on number
60 dervish?
Oh,
That is...
man.
2. He
He's
did
up
get him
though.
up. On
He
a
has
sig.
293 health
Puts
right
up his
now.
avatar.
They rest him with a sig instead of a death. It's like the same thing
Why
as...
would you death pack someone that's at 60 DP?
Like, really, this
Right.
number 1 is getting every single kill for them. Just watch him. He's just able, like, every single kill is just his target.
I am on Chikorito vision.
But there's nothing
He's,
the monks can do about it because they're always trained by Lys's guy. It's not like they can
Exactly.
just watch them and be like,
He's just
prodding.
like, the monks are forced to just be like, you just gotta save yourself, bro. You just gotta save yourself. I realize angry Chikorito Red Ranger is all over your face, but you're just gonna have to fend for yourself.
He's just annihilating. He's double tapped. Here comes the hat
my
trick.
god. Blood loss.
Flawless.
Double kill.
Flawless.
Monster kill. And that's a 8-man wipe and lots of resign. Gonna make him kill the bodyguard.
This game wasn't even... It just seemed like...
It all seemed to stem off of that initial... Like, a lot of these matches are really snowball sort of matches. Like, you had the 2 kills early,
Let him
for
get up on flag.
Stonebender, and the huge flag advantage as a result. And then they just completely lost map control. They just had to, we have got to rage quit.